The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi. We're in our Parks Racing studio up on the 3rd floor. Great show today. We're going to take a look back at local and national racing for Memorial Day weekend at Parks and Santa Anita, who had 3 grade 1s plus 2 Parks horses take on stakes at Delaware Park in the Obeah and the Mr. Prospector at Monmouth Park. Plus a week to the Belmont Stakes. Can you believe it? We're almost through the Triple Crown.
How did that happen, Danny?
Blinked.
Bing. And it's going to be over next Saturday at Belmont Park.
And yeah, we're looking forward to possibly our Pennsylvania bred running up at Belmont Park.
Angel of Empire was 3rd in the Derby. Will be in there. Forte, who obviously was scratched Derby morning, would have been the favorite. He'll be in. Preakness winner, National Treasure will be in, and Tappet Trice, also from Todd Pletcher. And we talked about him, the son of Tappet, better suited for the Belmont than the Derby. They're probably your first 4 choices in some order at this point.
Well, just like Angel of Empire was always my Kentucky Derby horse, Tappet Trice was always my Belmont Stakes horse. So easy, I don't even have to look at the form.
That's it, it's over.
Done.
It's done. Mark it up, Tappet Trice.
Well, it was a beautiful Memorial Day here at Parks. Hope you guys can come out and join us. Love to see all the patriotic colors, flags. And you know what was really exciting? There was lots of kids here having fun. So
Very
of course we honored our military that died serving and protecting our country. That's always important. But it was great to see some new fans hopefully being born here at Parks.
Yeah, and it's nice to have a holiday on those Mondays where folks can come out.
We're going to take a look at our local race from Parks' Memorial Day card. It was Monday's 9th race. This is for the girls, fillies and mares, in an allowance optional claiming race going 1 mile and 70 yards, $56,000 purse. Now, there were a few in for the $35,000 claiming tag. Post-time favorite was my pick, the number 9, Glow City for trainer Jamie Ness.
Yeah, Glow City coming off a gigantic win in 84 Buyer. And Jamie had been a little cold, but then Jamie heated up again like Jamie often does.
He does. And this is your choice, the second choice, Princess Sophie for trainer John Service.
Yeah, like her recent lines, Danny came off a nice win, a second before that, and 2 wins, so 3 out of 4 with a second.
Here's the call of our local race of the week.
Date Night Kisses has emerged with the lead, but Princess Sophie just tugging on the reins under Frankie Pennington. She is eager to move up a little bit closer. In on the rail are Funny Business. In between horses moving up now into 3rd. Pistol is ablazing. Glow City has settled into 5th. She's only about 2 lengths off the front runner. Then it's Trolley Ride back to Sophia's Secret. Just about 5 lengths covers this field, tip to tail through an opening quarter. 24 flat. It is Date Night Kisses hanging tough. Pistol is ablazing, eager to move up on the outside in the 3-path. Princess Sophie, she is settled now into 3rd. Then it's back to our Funny Business, the gray Trolley Ride. Glow City right to her outside, and still Sophia's Secret at the back as the half went in 48-3. Date Night Kisses is doing all of the heavy lifting. She's had plenty of pressure. Pistol is ablazing, a persistent foe to her outside, now puts her head in front. Princess Sophie biding her time in 3rd as they make their way around the turn. Trolley Ride inching closer and closer. Date Night Kisses beginning to drop back. On the outside, Sophia's Secret beginning to launch her bid. Nothing yet from Glow City. In between horses are Funny Business being asked as they make their way around the turn and hit the top of the stretch. It is Pistol is ablaze, and the gray mare Trolley Ride has her sights set on the leader. Princess Sophie also trying to make her way greenly in between horses, but Trolley Ride now has the lead from off the pace. Sophia's Secret picking off her rivals one by one. Trolley Ride.
And Trolley Ride took a trolley right to the winner's circle. Like you said, couldn't be more impressive. She's a pro, an 8-year-old that knows what she's doing. She knew how to win. Sylvester just looked like a passenger. And what a yo-yo I feel like. I watch her train every day standing with Bobby Moscow. I knew she was doing great, but I didn't pick her.
At 11-1. Why would you want to pick an 11-1 shot, Danny? What's the matter with you anyway? Come on. Give us that these 11-1 shots.
I certainly will next time, but really happy for Trolley Ride. Nice win for her for the Bobby Moscow barn. And we're going to head to a break, but we have a lot coming up. Butch Reed takes on the Obeah Stakes down at Delaware Park with Morning Matcha, plus national races on the other side.
And Morning Matcha looms a threat now up the inside.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. awards. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America. But we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, our national races, let's start right at Delaware Park. It's the $150,000 Obeah Stakes going a mile and 16th. This is a prep for the Delaware Handicap for our fillies and mares, and Park sends out the favorite, the #1 Morning Matcha for trainer Butch Reed.
Yeah, Morning Matcha is 3-10 in this race and could not have been any more impressive, Danny, in her comeback. And what I liked, as I said on the show last week, was how much speed she showed. A sprint race, that's going to be a good sign. Of course, she had a great 2022, winning more than 400,000.
Yeah, she has a lot of versatility. And Riley Mott, son of Bill Mott, sends out our second choice, Traverse, for Claiborne Farm.
Yeah, I mean, Traverse, some decent lines, but on paper, Morning Matcha is supposed to beat these horses.
Here we go. It's the Obeah Stakes.
Up front is Award Wanted and Traverse. So Traverse puts that neck in front under a slow pace to develop, and Award Wanted yields that lead to that rival in second. Morning Matcha, she tracks the speed from that third place position, and Tap the Fates trying to get the settled relax under Carroll's hands in fourth. And last of all is Hybrid Eclipse. They pass the 5 furlong point, and these two ladies trade jabs. Award Wanted takes the trail up the rail, and Traverse is right there, not letting her go down without a fight. Tap the Fate puts a nose in front of third, while Paco steers Morning Matcha right behind the speed, and Hybrid Eclipse is still last of all. 3.5 furlongs to go. Award Wanted trying to have upset on her mind today. Traverse hasn't waved the white flag yet, and Morning Matcha looms a threat now up the inside. Tap the Fate needs to do better, and Hybrid Eclipse is tacking on 2. There's a quarter of a mile to go in the Obeah Stakes, and Award Wanted's 18-1. Morning Matcha continues to give game chase, and they're into the stretch. Award Wanted has slipped away to a 2-length lead. Morning Matcha trying to bridge that divide ever so slowly, but Award Wanted is bringing her A game to the table today. Morning Matcha getting on track in the final 16th of a mile. Award Wanted drifting. Morning Matcha lifting late. Award Wanted.
And Award Wanted gets the win. Morning Matcha just misses. I thought maybe Butch Reed would be disappointed, but he said you cannot be disappointed when your horse runs simply that spectacular.
Yeah, and look, the other horses out there had a big lead in the stretch, and look, Morning Matcha's not a big accelerator, more of a grinder. She just keeps coming and coming. Well, the distance is going to be longer in the Del Cap, and that would, I think, fit her, and that was the idea. Anyway, get her ready for the Delaware Handicap, where there's going to be a tougher field. Didn't win this one, but there's more to come. And notice the final time, Danny, 1:49.28 for a mile and a 16th. The times at Delaware, since it's open, have been exceedingly slow, which is one of the reasons why you want buyer speed figures, because they account for the speed of a racetrack. When it's so slow, the numbers will account for all of that.
Yeah, and it's not simply because the horses are slow, and I've been seeing that a lot on Twitter.
Is slow.
The surface is a little deeper,
Correct.
It's a little more laboring. We found that out with Songbird years ago.
For sure.
But Morning Matcha, she just trudges right through it training here at Parks.
Yeah, well, this has historically been a somewhat deep track also, but not as deep as Delaware is right now.
Well, let's keep it going with our local horses taking on national competition. We're going to go to Monmouth Park. It's the Mr. Prospector Stake. It's $100,000 going 6 furlongs. And our favorite is Lightning Larry, Paco Lopez aboard.
Yeah, I was surprised this horse was this big of a favorite. I mean, decent lines, but hasn't run since late March at Tampa, and obviously has had some success at this sprint distance.
Yeah, trainer George Delgado does really well at Monmouth Park. And our second choice is Stage Left for the return of David Jacobson. We see that name popping up quite a bit now.
Yeah, he has popped up a lot lately. And the horse we're most interested in here is the 2 Hollywood Jet. People remember at Parks a couple of years ago, Danny, this horse won 7 in a row at one point and winning by big margins. It's been off since September and is 25-1 in the Mr. Prospector.
Well, this is the return of Hollywood Jet. Here's the call to Mr. Prospector.
Hollywood Jet is well clear, is up by 2. Right there in second is Feast, who's hard driven, trying to keep up here from second. Then Lightning Larry is in third. At the rail, Baytown Bear is progressing, is at the rail, is moving forward, is moving in tandem there with Magical Warrior. Stage Left is trying to pick it up, and far back is Drafted the Gray, is 10 lengths off the lead, 21.36. They rip through that opening quarter, and they're chasing Hollywood Jet. Lightning Larry from off the pace is stalking up on the outside, runs up alongside Feast, and now Lightning Larry has taken the lead. It's Lightning Larry. Hollywood Jet is trying to come back here down towards the inside, also rallying on. Here comes a run from Magical Warrior. Lightning Larry has taken the lead with a furlong left to go. Stage Left is chasing, so is Magical Warrior. Drafted with a big rally on the grandstand side, but running out of time inside the final 16th. Different tactics, but Lightning Larry from just off the pace will cruise.
Lightning Larry and Paco Lopez get the win, but Hollywood Jet really ran a very promising second place finish off the layoff for Tito Carlos Milan, who's based here at Parks.
Yeah, look, I think Carlos has got to be thrilled with that effort, having not run since September. And obviously, the horse had finally gone off form a little bit, but man, 7-race winning streak. Looks like he might be all the way back. Can't wait to see him. Maybe we'll see him at Parks next.
Oh, absolutely. He's one fast horse. Well, congratulations to Lightning Larry. Let's get into some Grade 1s. We're going to go all the way out west to Santa Anita. It's the famous Grade 1 Hollywood Gold Cup going 1.25 miles. This is that same distance we'll see in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And Bob Baffert sends out the favorites. Well, let's start with Defunded.
Yeah, Defunded last time, Danny, completely missed the break in the prep for this race. The Californians, normally just a speed horse, and circled the field anyway. It was a really powerhouse performance. Baffert has won this race 8 times. So has Charlie Whittingham. They're trying to break the tie. Second choice, yes, also trained by Baffert. Country Grammar came off a not very good effort in the Dubai World Cup, a race where he won last year. So it's hard to tell what we're going to get from Country Grammar, but he has won $14 million in his career, so he's having a pretty good run here.
Yeah, that's one rich racehorse. Here's the call of the Hollywood Gold Cup.
Defunded in control, leading the way by a length, coming to the 6 furlong pole with Paroli second. At the rail, yes, this time, Kiss Today Goodbye, and Country Grammar is in between rivals, 3 lengths off his stablemate. It's another 2 to Senor Buscador, 5 furlongs from home. And Defunded getting a very nice trip, leading the way by a length. Paroli, Kiss Today Goodbye, and yes, this time, Country Grammar, 3 lengths off the lead, and another length and a half to Senor Buscador with less than a half mile to go. Defunded leads by a half length to Paroli, Kiss Today Goodbye. They've been 1, 2, 3 throughout. Country Grammar called on by Flavien Prat, fourth, has 3.5 lengths to make up. He's hard ridden. Yes, this time is losing ground. Senor Buscador has trailed throughout. Defunded and Paroli heads apart with 1/4 mile to go. Paroli running a very big race, and he's posing a test to Defunded at the top of the stretch. Defunded leads by a head, Paroli up alongside. They come to the 8th pole. Defunded maintains a half-length lead. Paroli, Kiss Today Goodbye, then Country Grammar, a 16th to go, and it's Defunded a length. Paroli, game as ever on the outside, but Defunded is too strong, and he takes them all the way in the Hollywood Gold Cup.
And Defunded, a winner every step of the way. Of course, Juan Hernandez had a great day. We're going to talk about him more, but he did get back-to-back Grade 1s on the card.
Yeah, so Baffert now 9 wins in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Yes, it's run at Santa Anita Park, but this is named after the old Hollywood Park race. Hollywood Park, of course, is now SoFi Stadium, where the Rams and the Chargers play. By the way, the Eagles will be out there this year playing the Rams. Look, I thought Defunded was good here, Danny. Got 100 buyer, but I would have thought he spurted away from this field a little bit, and he really couldn't do it. That was your boy Michael McCarthy with Paroli at 28. The one looked like he was actually going to run by him, never could.
I was on the edge of my couch
sure
watching it going, come on, Paroli, but defunded, of course, getting the win. Well, we're having so much fun. Let's stay at Santa Anita Park. It's the Grade 1 Shoemaker, named after the great Bill Shoemaker, a mile on a turf, $500,000, and I love this team. Hong Kong Harry is our favorite.
Yeah, Hong Kong Harry, most recently second at Churchill Downs, behind Up to the Mark, is a really good Todd Pletcher horse. Now back to the West Coast, where he's done most of his good running.
And Exalted is our second choice for Peter Urton, and yeah, Juan Hernandez is aboard.
Yeah, this is a fascinating horse, Danny. Wasn't doing much of anything on the dirt. This, why don't we try this on the horse on a turf at a mile? Win, win, win. Has won 3 in a row, found a home, a mile on the grass.
Yeah, light bulb angle, that's for sure. Here's the call of the Shoemaker.
Lamplighter Jack sets the pace, tracked by Flavius, a length and a half back in second, and Exalted well spotted third, 3 lengths off the lead. It's a gap of 4 back to Il Bellator, racing inside of Cabo's Spirit. That pair followed by Gold Phoenix together with De Jour. Hong Kong Harry and Salesman are right together as well. Then Irideo and 2 more to Balnikov. They have less than a half mile to go in the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile, and Lamplighter Jack bounding along with a 2.5 length lead. Flavius still races in second, Exalted third. Cabo's Spirit racing on the outside of Il Bellator, then De Jour and Gold Phoenix next to him. Hong Kong Harry looking for racing room in the white blinkers. Salesman, Irideo coming through inside of that pair, and then it's Balnikov. They're at the top of the stretch, and here comes Exalted after Flavius. Exalted, the new leader. Cabo Spirit, De Jour in the center of the course. Irideo running a giant race, and he has to get to Exalted late. Exalted 2-length lead. Irideo, Hong Kong Harry on the far outside. It's Exalted holding on.
And Exalted gets a win again. That's 4 in a row, like you said. He really came to life when he stepped on the weeds.
No, he looked terrific. That's a win and you're in, so he's got a spot in the Breeders' Cup Mile, which will be at Santa Anita in November. Hong Kong Harry, the favorite, just kind of got stuck on the turn with Flavien Pret. There was just no room to go when he started running. I mean, he came flying, but that often happens in these big turf races, especially at a mile.
Yeah, so Juan Hernandez, of course, scoring back-to-back Grade 1s, and we just talked about it. First Grade 1 for Peter Urton since winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile with Storm the Court.
Storm the Court at $1,000,000 to 1, who I did not have, by the way.
Me neither. We're going to head to another break, but we have lots coming up. We have our Jockey and Trainer of the Week and more national races and race recap.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program, and our Jockey of the Week is Luis Rodriguez Castro. He was on a roll from Monday to Tuesday, won 4 races in a row, and I got his second winner with him ever as a bug rider many years ago, so I always have a good tie to Luis.
4 in a row. That's hard to do.
It is hard to do.
Jockey of the Week.
And excited to see him riding back at Parks. He was up in New York, and I believe Kevin Bubser, Kendrick Carmouche is his agent.
Hey,
Pretty
Bob,
cool.
my man.
Trainer of the Week is Ernesto Padilla Preciado, and this is a trainer on the rise who's been around horse racing his whole life, but you wrote a really cool story about
Well,
him.
the only reason I wrote a cool story is you sent me a text last week saying I got a really good story for you about this Malibu Star. So I said, yeah, what's the deal? So I called Cheeto, as he's called, and Jamie Guerrero, who owns the horse, and I said, what happened here? So Cheeto had the horse, won a bunch in a row, And then the horse went to a sale in Kentucky, was sold. She says, well, I'm never going to see this horse again, except he was sold to a Parks owner who happens to be the brother of two trainers here, Lupe and Carlos Guerrero. And that owner called up Cheeto and said, hey, I got a horse for you. He says, really? It's Malibu Star, you're getting him back. The best horse he's ever had. I wrote about it this week on Let'sGoRacingParks.com. It's a very cool story with a good happy ending.
It really is. It just shows you all the ups and downs, twists and turns of the racetrack, and I love it. Check it out on our website and our Facebook page. Well, let's get into a race recap. We're going to go back to Santa Anita. This is the Grade 1 Gamely, $400,000, fillies and mares on the turf going that 1.1 miles.
Yeah, and this whole race changed, Danny, at the beginning. It looked to me like the three Queen Goddess slipped on the dirt. They start on the dirt before they hit the turf. Didn't make the front. All of a sudden, she's sitting third, and I think she's better loose on the lead. And here comes Macadamia, the 7, and the 6 Quattrowell. They're going to end up with being exact, and Queen Goddess, the 3 to 5 favorite. Fades just at the end to be third.
Yeah, Macadamia, of course, a Japan bred. You don't see that often, trained by Phil D'Amato, who is the former assistant for the great Mike Mitchell.
There you go, Mike Mitchell.
Always really cool.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go to Churchill Downs. It's the Grade 3 Winning Colors Stakes, $225,000, 6 furlongs, and of course, Echo Zulu making her return to the races is always in command.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to say this, but yeah, 35 years ago, Winning Colors won the Kentucky Derby, the last filly to do it. So named after a great horse. Echo Zulu is a terrific horse in her own right. In a duel the whole way, runs away from the field in the stretch, wins by almost 6 in her comeback first start of 2023.
Beautiful daughter, a gun runner. Excited to see her back on the racetrack for Steve Asmussen. Let's go back to Santa Anita Park. It's the Grade 2 Triple Bend Stakes, $200,000. This is that 7 furlongs distance. It's a tricky distance, but Jersey Joe, now affectionately known as California Joe's out there on Spirit of McKenna.
Yeah, California Joe Bravo's got a good one here on Spirit of McKenna. The 6 horse, he is just going to roll by here. First race since early March, wins by more than 3 lengths, 97 buyers, only been beaten once in his career. And Southern California looks this year to have the best sprinters in the country, including that blast-off horse that won on Preakness Day for Dan Blacker. So keep an eye on that for the sprint race later in the year.
Of course, you're talking about Straight No Chaser.
Exactly.
Spirit of McKenna, really cool son of Go Sapper. I love how he uses his whole body when he's run. So excited about the California sprinters. Well, it is time for Eye on Racing, and it's Jersey Derby Day at Monmouth. I remember that race affectionately when it was at Garden State Park. Of course, it's for 3-year-olds on the turf. And Churchill Downs is back in action with 6 stakes, including the Grade 3 Wayne.
We like that, yeah. Do we remember the Jersey Derby, Bruce? Do we have any memory of that? We're talking to Bruce Casella. Our first year together at Garden State Park was, of course, 1985, when the great Spend-a-Buck passed the Preakness to show up and go for the $2 million bonus, which they took down.
Oh, the memories.
And might have been, Lafitte Pink Eye had a lot of legendary rides in his life. That's right up at the top, because that horse had nothing at the top of the stretch, and he just carried him home. He says, we're not getting beat.
Well, check out the Jersey Derby. We're going to head to our final break, but we have a lot for you in our news and notes, so we'll be right back.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, we're going to preview Monday's 9th race. It's an allowance optional claiming going 7 furlongs. It's race 9. I'm excited about this one. I screamed out the name as soon as I saw the entries.
Yes,
I'm going
you
with Foggy Night, but I think it's going to be a sunny day. I like the Foggy Night on a sunny day. For Butchery, Paco Lopez, 7 furlongs. I need something to throw down.
There you go. I'm going with the Maryland-bred Goldie Ness from my man Jamie Ness. Outside post, going short, Jamie Ness.
There we go.
Enough said.
Well, we did say goodbye to longtime friend here, James Nyland Sr., affectionately known as Tiny around the racetrack. He was a long-term employee for trainer Kate DeMasi. All his friends, family came out and said goodbye to him, and very sad, but our thoughts and prayers are with his family.
No doubt, and I got a chance to speak with Bob Hutt, one of Bob's many owners of Uptown Charlie Brown stud. Rob Jagu just passed away, and it's a very sad story. And there's a GoFundMe page, and here's our man Bob Hutt, president of the PTHA, with more about his buddy Rob. Here with PTHA President Bob Hutt. Bob, one of your longtime Uptown Charlie Brown stud members, just passed away. I know Rob helped keep him alive, being part of it. Tell us a little bit about Rob.
Rob Jagu. Very, very sad day, and his lovely wife, Kathy. They didn't have much money, and he was given a death sentence 5 years ago as he had incurable cancer, and I made a deal with him, named a couple of horses after him, and I said he couldn't leave this earth until they won, but unfortunately God had other plans and took him this week. The horse we named after him is Birthday Bond Rob, which will make its debut later this year, and in his memory. And it's just very sad. And his wife Kathy, she is in a wheelchair since she's 14, and they didn't have much money, but the love they had for each other and the love for horses in general, and specifically Uptown Charlie Brown stud, knew no bounds. And we started a GoFundMe page for Rob Jagu, Jagoo, and if anybody wants to contribute, we greatly appreciate it. You couldn't find too nice of people if you search the entire world, and he'll be missed but never forgotten.
Well, if you have a few extra dollars, please consider donating. Always a good cause to help someone out that needs it. Well, the PTHA brought back the pig roast. We sponsored a pig roast for our amazing backstretch workers, our horsemen. It was a great time. We had a DJ. The food was awesome. I particularly loved the cupcake and the ice cream.
Of course you did.
Loved it. I think and Jeff liked the blow pops. He really did. I saw him having a few.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, you have something cool to announce.
I do. Tony Black, legendary jockey here in the Parks Hall of Fame. It was just announced that he is going to be part of the 2023 Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame class. It'll be the first Thursday in November down at the Live Casino across from the Turf Club in South Philly. It's a great event. I've been to it many times. And Tony is the first horse racing person to be in. There's a number of classes. All the legendary athletes in Philadelphia are in this Hall of Fame, and now Tony will be in too. And yeah, when I was talking to him the other day, and he actually threatened. He says, "I'm turning 72 in September, and I think I might want to come back and win one more to be the oldest jockey ever to win a race, just to increase his resume." Not that it needs any help at this point. Tony Black to the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame.
The legendary Tony Black. What an accomplishment. Well, that wraps up just a fabulous show for us today. Come check us out. We're here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Post time is still 12:40. Thanks for watching Dick and I on Let's Go Racing this week.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.